Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing, Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Polk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
People will come.
There come caresses they can't even fathom. Not knowing for sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door, as innocent as children, longing for the past.
Sit in shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baseline. Back when they were children, cheered their heroes. It'll be as if they'd dipped themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick that I've brushed them away from their faces. People will come. The one constant through all the years has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers. Been erased like a blackboard. Rebuilt and erased again. Baseball to mark the time. This field, this game, it's a part of our past. It reminds us of all that once was good. There could be again. Oh, people will come. People will most definitely come.
We're all told at some point in time we can no longer play the children's game. We just don't know when that's going to be. Some of us are told at 18, some of us are told at 40. But we're all told.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Braves coming. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is.
I never heard of half of these guys. And the ones I do know are way past their prime.
Most of these guys never had a prime.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off, then.
The local press seems to think we'd save everyone a lot of time and trouble if we just went out and shot ourselves.
We got uniforms and everything.
You know, you might think about taking Jesus Christ as your savior instead of fooling around with all this stuff. I like him very much. He no help with curveball.
You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
But I'll tell you, these fans are great. Listen to them. Hey, way to go, Rick. Oliver High loves you. Come on, baby. Come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky.
The game doesn't stink. It's a great game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate. Please remain standing. We call your attention to our fans here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball!
see a guy hit the ball out the ballpark, and that same guy can come up tomorrow in that situation and miss the ball and lose the ball game. Can bring you up here, it can bring you down there. One thing about it, though, you know it always will be a tomorrow. You got me today, but I'm coming back.
Think about it. What is there in your life, besides your love of family maybe, that carries all the way through, from almost your earliest recollections till the day you die, and you care about it in one way or another? There are very, very few things that make that list, but we have a child's interest in baseball, so it will be one of the few things in my life that I have cared about in one way or another all the way through.
There's a lot of wonderful stillness in baseball that I love. Many seconds of stillness. When the pitcher has got the sign, the batter is crouched, the ball players all lean forward with their hands on their knees, and then very shortly the ball is delivered. But in that tiny period when the pitch and the fever of the crowd is tangible, there's a moment of absolute stillness that I treasure.
The best of us keep as much of that childhood with us as we grow into adulthood as we can muster. And the most creative, the most happy, the most fortunate of us are those who don't lose the sense of play. And even after we're past the point of being able to actually play the game with any skill, if we love it, then it's like Peter Pan. We remain boys forever. We don't die.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in Time and Space.
We offer you Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves Country.
This is a reminder, disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
It's all mixed up with peanuts, tobacco juice, and a hearty feeling among the fans joshing each other. Always this raucous, good spirit. Everybody came to have a good time. The whole stands full of people all roaring. In baseball, never known an instance where so instantly a whole crowd could be brought to its feet, roaring with delight over just a clean crack of a bat against the ball.
A lot of room in right center. If he hits one there, we can dance in the streets.
Line drive and a base hit. Justice has scored the tying run. Green to the plate. And he is saved. We're 1 out away, Braves country, from a trip to the World Series. Whatever superstition you've got, do it. The entire city of Atlanta, the entire South is standing on their feet.
trying to will the Braves into the World Series. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And swung on and ripped over to Dansby Swanson. Dansby's got it. He fires over to first. Baby, sound the trumpets. Do the job through the streets. Your Atlanta Braves are headed to the World Series. And the place is going bananas.
Although edited, tonight's thriller contains suspense and violence which may be unsuitable. Parental discretion is advised.
You're in Braves country. Welcome in, y'all. As soon as the 3D kicks in, we'll have it going. You got a 1-1 count from Imanaga. We had some technical difficulties, but we've got it rolling now. And we are just about set as the 1-1 from Imanaga kicks and fires. Swing, chops it over to short. Dansby Swanson has it. He'll flip it to first, and I think the 3D is arriving as we speak. 6-3 on the putout. It's 0-1. So here we go. Let me lift the curtain. Good to see everybody in the chat. Welcome into the BCR Wrigley Series. Fridays at Wrigley. We'll be doing this every Friday. As the first pitch is inside to O'Hearn. Lefty-lefty matchup. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires, check swing, upstairs, 1-1. 1-1 count, nothing your score. Just getting going here in Chicago, Illinois. The Cubs are wearing their City Connects. The 1-1 pitch, swing slammed over to second, a hard grounder, but it's going to be a 4-3 putout as Horner's there. Quickly 2 down. Left to right in the outfield today for the Chicago Cubs. It's Ian Happ, PCA, and Suzuki. Around the horn, third to first is Bregman, Dansby, Horner, and Bush. Behind the plate for the Cubs today, it's Joey Bart. And Shota Imanaga is on the hill. Brian Reynolds batting third in the order. First pitch is just off the plate, but called for a strike. It's 0-1. It's York leading off for the Pirates. He grounded out to short. O'Hearn, who grounded to second, is batting second and playing first. York is the third baseman. Reynolds is the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. He's in left batting third. Ozuna is the designated hitter standing on deck. Gonzalez is at second. Cruz in center field. Connor Griffin batting seventh and at short. Bart behind the plate batting eighth. And Billy Cook is in right field for the Buccos. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt. 1-2. So a 1-2 count. I'll put it up in the chat here in a second. My 1 second on that. The 1-2. Kicks and fires. Swing! Fouls it away. The 1-2 from Imanaga. Turns and fires. Swing, pops it up. And that should be in shallow right field. Should be caught. Suzuki's underneath it. He'll make the catch. First day coming off the IL. And we'll be back in a flash. Putting the BCR store in the chat as we speak. We'll be back. Bottom of the first we go.
All right, those first two were high and tight. So what do you think the next one's going to be? Either low and away or in my ear. He's not going to want to load the bases, so look for low and away. but watch out for in your ear.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Honest Ed's Used Cars, where every car we sell is backed by an ironclad guarantee that is so complete and comprehensive that we really don't see any need to put it in writing. And remember Honest Ed's motto, if any used car dealer anywhere in the country says he can sell you the same car cheaper than we will, then he's even a bigger liar than I am. And remember, if you'd like to learn one of life's most valuable secrets, just send $20 to the announcer in care of this station.
Armchair.
For all you beginners out there, chip and putt. Everybody in golf that plays on a professional level can hit a driver. They can hit a 5-iron. They can hit a 6-iron. But it's 125, 150 yards in. That means a lot. Nobody ever talks about it. No guy that wins a golf tournament ever talks about, well, I hit that wedge from out of the rough from 122 yards and knocked it like this, got a gimme or whatever. But golf is all about 150 yards.
Sandberg hitting 327 now. The pitch. There it goes. Way back. It might be. It could be. It is. Holy cow. The game is tied. The game is tied.
Soldiers in both armies played ball whenever and wherever they could, just like boys, one of them remembered.
If there was any transforming incident in the history of baseball, as in the history of this country, it was the Civil War. Play in the 1840s and 50s was not for the middle class. It was not for the working class. It was reserved for so-called gentlemen. Play became democratic when it became portable. It became a people's game.
Welcome back. We're righty-righty match as we start the inning. As Carmen Mlodzinski, as it's been commonly mispronounced, it's Mlodzinski. As the first pitch off that 1-0 is down and into Horner. Nico Horner starts it off at 2-0. 2-0 count. I'd been calling him Ledzinski when he first came out because I just assumed the M was silent before I looked it up on the first broadcast we did with the Pittsburgh pitcher. 2-0s right there for a strike. It's 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Infield is playing back into the left. The 2-1 pitch, swing, sizzled up the middle. That's through for a base hit, and it's a leadoff single for the Chicago Cubs. Good piece of hitting there. Righty-lefty matchup now as Michael Busch takes a first swing and fouls it straight back. It's 0-1. Good to see everybody in the chat. Kind of a bumpy ride in here to today, which I knew it would be. Wearing about 6 different hats today, but good to see Nathaniel Brooks, John. Thank you, Roy, for chipping in today. Sleepy Topsail will forever be known as Sleepy Toenail. I like Sleepy Toenail better, but I get it. It's Topsail. It just makes me laugh when I first saw it to think that someone had named themselves Toenail, and then I realized that it was my mistake. Pitch outside from Ledzinski. Mlodzinski. I knew I was going to do that. It's 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. 2-1. We're going to see if the batter view is better on here in Wrigley. It's been struggling. We've been doing some road games. They were calling for blue skies as the pitch is a 95-mile-an-hour sinker on the outer edge. It's 2-2. It's a little gray. I don't believe we're threatened with rain, but we'll have to keep an eye on it. If it does bleed into the Braves broadcast, then obviously Braves Country Radio takes first precedent, but that's why we try to pick games that are well outside of that realm. The 2-2 check swing. Did he go around? They checked down the line. He did. Strike 3. Filthy bender inside, one away. It's been pretty well known in the fantasy baseball circles that Majinski has got some pretty good strikeout stuff. Excited to watch him today. I don't believe I've called a game of his before. First pitch is right there to Bregman off the edge. It's 0-1. And as someone who's got him on one of his fantasy teams, I'm glad to see Suzuki coming back into the fray. I actually didn't start him in my dynasty league. The 0-1 pitch. Up top for a strike. It's 0-2. With the cold weather and him coming straight off, he'll probably come back to bite me. But if you could imagine, I made a trade in that league. Long story short, I'm waiting to drop a guy tomorrow so I can activate Suzuki. The 0-2 pitch, swing, dribbles it over to short. York's got it. He'll fire it to Gonzalez, and it's going to be a 6-4-3 inning-ending, rally-killing double play. We'll be back in a flash here on the BCR Radio Network. 0-0. We go to the second.
You're a cop, huh? No, what I am, Sonny, is about 50 pounds heavier and one hell of a lot meaner, so you better straighten up your act. I don't think I like it.
Fatigue makes cowards of us all. You can't play fatigued. Therefore, it's up to you to be in prime physical condition. I can't put you in physical condition. I can start you. You've got to keep yourself in prime physical condition because a fatigued player is a coward. He can't go 100%.
You've got the winning run on second base. You've got 3 very good outfielders ready to deploy their arms. A very good base runner in Dansby Swanson, one of the best closers to ever do it in the postseason on the hill, and Eddie Rosario, who is 3 for 4. He stands at the plate, and you can't pitch around him because Freddie Freeman, though he's been a little cold, stands on deck. So let's do it. Here's the first pitch from Jansen. He does that little shimmy on the mound, winds up, and the first pitch is swung on, and it is rifle neck up the middle. It's going to score. It's going to Dansby Swanson's going to come around. It came off the glove. The Braves win. The Braves win. The Braves win.
It is the American game. That's just what it is. And actually, it makes you, I'm 81, but I can feel like I'm 15 when I'm talking baseball. I'm watching baseball. This is it. It does this. It can do this to any man. It brings you back.
Welcome back. Lefty-righty matchup to start off the inning as Imanaga set to face Marcell Ozuna. The 1-0 right there on the outer edge. Ozuna, who's ran it to a 2-0 count. He's off to a really slow start. When I say slow, the 2-0 right inside. 2-1. I'd say Cubs fans are not real happy with what the Braves have sent them. Or National League Central, I should say. Not Cubs fans, National League Central. Not only is Dansby Swanson batting 150, is the 0-2. Rolls it over, or 2-1 rolls it over foul, makes it 2-2. Marcell Ozuna is off to an 0-65 start. And Braves fans can tell you this is par for the course. You have to be patient with Marcell. He will heat up. The 2-2 pitch. Outside wide, 3-2. Full count. Ironically, if we had never signed that deal with Jurickson Profar, he'd probably still be in a Braves uniform. The 3-2 pitch, swing, lifts it high into center field, and that's going to be an F8 in your scorecard. One away. The wind is blowing in from center field at about 10 to 15 miles an hour. That's bad enough, and it's 45 degrees, so that's why your over-under went all the way down to 6.5. Actually did it early this morning. I was looking at it last night, and when I saw how low the over-under was, I saw the starting pitchers, the first thing that came to mind was it must be cold, and then I looked up the actual wind. I was like, man, you put a combination of that as the first pitch to Gonzalez is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Over the top. Might have foul tipped it. It's 1-1. One count. Turns and kicks. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. I think what the Braves probably would have done if they didn't have Profar on the books, honestly, they would have gotten a much better discount from Ozuna just because he liked it in Atlanta, etc., didn't have to move. And they would have carried him and Yastrzemski on a lefty-righty platoon. It's a 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3 over the edge. 2 down. That's Shota Imanaga's first strikeout of the day. Majinski has one as well, in case you're keeping track of that. I believe they were 4.5 and 5.5, respectively, on the strikeouts. And some of it may have to do with wondering how long these two guys would go. First pitch is swung on and fouled back out of play. To Neil Cruz, it's 0-1. Cruz, who's been converted as a center fielder, originally a shortstop, batting .292 on the year. So he's off to a good start offensively. He's had a lot of troubles with left-handers, and they've benched him in the past, but you see he's in the lineup today. The 0-1. Upstairs, misses high. 1-1. And I do believe one of the theories is if you're going to commit to this guy and make it a part of your team, that you're going to have to go ahead and let him go against lefties, because you can't have him platooning his whole career. And see if he can actually do it. 1-1's in the dirt, 2-1. Two-one count. Turns and fires. Right there. 2-2. Cubs nothing. Pirates nothing. The 2-2. Just misses 3-2. So full count now. So good job by Cruz to run the count full. The payoff pitch. Swing. Fouls it away. We'll do it again. 27 pitches now. And the payoff pitch once again is chopped back. Do it one more time. Imanaga digging in. Connor Griffin, the number one prospect in baseball, standing on deck as the pitch is sliced off foul. Full count. This will be the ninth pitch of the bat. Four-seam sweeper. Four-seam sweeper, splitter, sweeper. So if nothing else, not only is he making them work, but Connor Griffin, who's never seen Imanaga before, is getting a chance to see his release standing on deck. The payoff pitch from Shota. Caught, no! Wow, that was a strike and they're not challenging it? Wow. What in the world is Joey Bart doing behind the plate? Not Joey Bart, excuse me, Carson Kelly. And I don't think Imanaga thought to challenge it quick enough. But that was a really bad call. Your home plate umpire is Roberto Ortiz. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch swinging. Slices it foul. It's 0-1. Honest Engine. If that's in the middle of the at-bat, you don't react as much because it happens all the time. But on a payoff pitch, you expect the umpire to call it to the letter of the law. The 0-1 swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Yeah, I watched that same broadcast too later, Sleepy. Is the 0-2. In the dirt, 1-2. What it really comes down to when it's all said and done, and we have one view and they're going to have another view, it's whether or not you believe Ronaldo Lopez was intentionally throwing at Soler. That's really what it comes down to. And I felt like if he was intentionally throwing at him, it would have come much closer. But I do understand that he did hit him earlier after hitting a home run. So you got to bake all that into it. And the fact, I think that was Jorge Soler's 5th home run lifetime against Lopez. So all that's baked into it. But I will say, if Lopez doesn't throw his hands up, well, then come on then. And the fight probably doesn't happen. The pitch on the way, swing, bangs it down the line, foul, out of play. But the biggest hot take that most of them are having is, this is post-fight night, is that, and these are guys who are ex-catchers, guys that I've listened to. Some of them are on that foul territory and some of them are on a couple others. But anyways, the consensus, I only saw one guy push back. The consensus is that that's going to get him off the team is the pitch on the way, swing and miss, strike 3. And he is Jonah Heim. We'll be back in a flash. The fact that he didn't have his pitchers back is a problem. We'll talk about it more when we return. Nothing.
I'm going to let you guys do what you guys got to do. Don't worry about me. I'm just going to go home, make a little macaroni and cheese, seal the window, and turn on the gas.
Bro, Blake, play for the love of the game, man. What's wrong with you, bro? Money should not be a thing. Yeah, man, I gotta get my money. I'm not playing unless I get mine.
Armchair.
Yeah, my mama got into it last night. But anyway, so she said, go stay with your auntie then since you like her so much. So anyway, but that's another story. I tell you about
how old is your mama?
46.
How old are you?
31. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing, shout out. My auntie, what? And my grandma 56. Look, shout out.
How's your great grandmama?
62. Look, shout out, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Your great grandma still living?
Yeah, she's 79. Look, shout out, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Look, we don't know what the world is going to be like in 50 years. We could all have been wiped out from disease or the flu.
So, what's your suggestion?
I don't know. I'm just scared.
We were playing ball between the lines near Alexandria, Texas, when suddenly there came a scattering fire of which the 3 outfielders caught the brunt. The center field was hit and was captured. The left and right field managed to get back into our lines. The rebel attack was repelled without serious difficulty, but we had lost not only our center field, but the only baseball in Alexandria, Texas.
Pull up a chair. Your home. Braves Country Radio. The classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back, y'all. Majinski set to go back to work against Happ, Suzuki, and Pete Crow Armstrong. First pitch on the way is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. It's Happ batting cleanup, and in left field, Suzuki's in right, and batting fifth is the pitch on the way. Misses high, 1-1. PCA's in center and batting sixth. Kelly is behind the plate and batting seventh. Ballesteros is the designated hitter, batting eighth. 1-1 off the plate, 2-1. And Dansby Swanson batting ninth with a 150 average, 520 OPS. He's batting ninth. The 2-1 count just misses high and out of the zone. Ball 3-1. The 3-1. Down and away. And that'll walk first batter of the game to reach the base. Will be a walk by the Chicago Cubs, as they went up, three down to start the game. And so they'll head on down to first, one on, nobody out. I mean, honestly, if you are doing that, it'd be a little smarter to not do it on the first pitch, right? First pitch swinging by Suzuki, and that's going to be a 5-4 put out. The throw is going to pull the second baseman, Gonzalez, towards left field. He keeps his foot on the bag, gets the out, but there was no way he was going to turn two. So it'll be a fielder's choice for Suzuki. But once again, it all comes down to the fact that we're fans of the Braves. They're fans of the Angels. They're going to see it their way. We're going to see it our way. There's just no way to talk anybody differently. I'm convinced of that. First pitch swinging by Pete Crow Armstrong, slaps it over to first, and that is going to be a double play. Good play over there, 3-6 to 3. PCA can fly, but a good relay by the Pirates ends the inning.
I thought you said they didn't have alcohol. Look, they got screwdrivers.
Oh, no, just orange juice.
Orange juice, like the mixer?
Yeah, people drink it. Yeah.
It's crazy. When was the last time you drank straight mixer?
Oh, I had a Diet Cola mixer a while ago.
Oh, did you? Was it any good?
Yeah.
Hey, Braves country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
By the end of the Civil War, baseball was the national pastime. North and south, west as well as east. Soldiers took the game home with them, and it grew.
It's our game. That's the chief fact in connection with it. America's game has the snap, go, fling of the American atmosphere. It belongs as much to our institutions, fits into them as significantly as our Constitution's laws, is just as important in the sum total of our historic life. Walt Whitman.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. And you also have to realize, too, with that whole thing going on, both managers are going to be lobbying for their guys to get a lower suspension. So neither one of the managers are going to go out there and go, yeah, man, we went after him, and gosh, dog it, we'll do it again. Because then you're going to get a huge suspension and fine. First pitch from Imanaga is high and out of the zone. Check swing. Did he go around? Looks like he might have. He did. It's 0-1. 0-1 count. Swing and a miss. Kicks and fires. It's 0-2. Not sure what's going on with that dude in the middle of the plate, but we'll try to get it cleaned up on the next break. The 0-2. Fouls it back. That might be Jorge Soler trying to get someone to throw at him again. I think Deb is retrying the OJ case again, is what she was saying earlier. The 0-2, down and away, 1-2. 1-2 count. Shota brings it inside. Almost hit the belt buckle. It's 2-2. The 2-2 to Joey Bart. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the third. 0-0 your score. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him. One away. That's Imanaga's third strikeout. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss up top. It's 0-1. Cook, the batter. The 0-1. Turns and fires. High and out of the zone. 1-1. Might be best just to leave it there. I was trying to pull it up on a different one, and that one was a total disaster, so we'll just leave it here and put it on the strike zone. Somebody gets on, we'll put it to action. 1-1 count. Swing, fouls it away, 1-2. I don't remember this many issues with it last year, but who knows? You get new knuckleheads working for you and whatnot. Maybe they don't know what they're supposed to do. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully it'll be working well tonight when we do Cleveland and Atlanta. That game is scheduled for 7:15, and we're getting good weather reports all weekend, so we shouldn't have any issues. As the pitch is high and out of the zone. 0-0 your score. A 2-2 count. The pitch on the way. Outside wide, full count. I'll tell you already, I'm going to have to switch over. My main feed's going to have to be Pittsburgh's, because the Cubs have more crap on their screen when you're trying to call a game than I've ever seen. I mean, I thought Braves Bally was bad. Is the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him. Blew it right by him. 4 strikeouts now for Imanaga. He is at 47 pitches, so if he gets a fairly quick out here, he'll be right on track. You'd like to be 45 or under, somewhere in that neighborhood. First pitch on the way to York is right there on the outer edge. It's 1-0. They were talking about him in the pregame show for the Pirates. This York kid's off to a good start, batting .364. They don't expect him to ever be much of a power bat. Is the pitch on the way, is outside wide, 1-1. But here's an interesting fact for you, if any Pittsburgh fans are in. Pittsburgh Pirates lead Major League Baseball in hits to the opposite field. The 1-1 swing rolls it down the third base line. It's 1-2. What they were debating was essentially, is that intentional, or is it just because we're off to an early part of the season? But is an intentional approach by the Pirates, or just a coincidence at this point? 1-2 count. Standing on deck is O'Hearn. In the hole is Reynolds. The pitch on the way. Swing, fouls it away, and we'll do it once again. You haven't been paying attention to the standings in Major League Baseball. Pittsburgh Pirates are off to a really good start. They're 7-5 on the year, just a half game behind the Reds and the Brewers. The 1-2 pitch, swing, fouls it away. Do it again. Cubs, 6-6. So the entire division is within 2 games of each other. Cardinals are at 7-5. Remember, the Cubs were the odds-on favorite for is the 1-2, fouls it away. And York continues making Managa work. 53 pitches now. The Cubs were the odds-on favorite to win the division. It was a 2-1 if you took the Cubs Brewers right behind them to start the season. And then it followed by Reds, Cardinals, and Pirates. The 1-2, swing lifted, out to right field, coming in, charging, making the running catch of Suzuki, and that'll end the inning. We'll hit you back when we return on What's for Dinner. It's 0-0, bottom of the 3.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
I will just show you to your cubicle.
I can't. I bet it's a big one.
The temp agency said that you are fluent with QuickBooks Pro, correct?
Oh, right. Yeah, we should cover that. You see, my resume might not actually be accurate, right? So I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't know what QuickBooks are.
You don't have any accounting experience?
No. Come on. But you don't have to be an accountant to know that this girl is a 10. Yeah, what up? You coming here often?
To my job?
Ooh, she's gonna mouth on her also. Shut it.
Is this the new temp who's supposed to help me with the spreadsheets?
I want to talk about spreading sheets. We can go back to my place and I will rock your...
You're fired!
That makes sense. So I just go out the same way I came in?
We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first. And here comes the dog pile! Fire the cannons in the battery! Do the chop, baby! All throughout Braves country, pump that top! Your Atlanta Braves have won it all!
Can someone please tell me at what age do men start scream sneezing?
1868. Somehow or other, they don't play ball nowadays as they used to some 8 or 10 years ago. I don't mean to say that they don't play it as well, but I mean that they don't play with the same kind of feelings or for the same objects they used to. It appears to me that ball matches have come to be controlled by different parties and for different purposes than those that prevailed in 1858 or 1859.
What's for dinner? Hey, chef, what's for dinner?
1-0 pitch is swung on and slapped into right field. Through for a base hit, and it's a leadoff single for the Chicago Cubs as we start the bottom of inning number 3. Good piece of hitting there to the right side. Through the 4-3 hole as they were playing Kelly on the shift. Ballesteros will stand in with Carson Kelly standing at first. See if we can get rid of that dude standing in the... I wonder what causes that. Like, all this stuff does make you wonder. Righty-lefty matchup. The pitch on the way. In the dirt. 1-1. The 1-1 count. Infield back into the right. The pitch. 95 in and out of the glove of Bart. 2-1. I believe that pitch was out of the zone, but what chance he had of getting that framed went out the window when he dropped it. Cold day here in Wrigley. It's in the 40s. The wind blowing in. The 2-1 pitch. Right there, P at the knees. Good pitch. The 2-2. Swing, chops it foul. We'll do it again. Two count. Swing. Bangs it down the line, foul. The pitch on the way. High and out of the zone. Full count. So he's worked it back to a full count after down 2 strikes. Ballesteros digging in. The pitch. Swing. Lifts it. High in the left field with that wind blowing in. No chance of that leaving the yard. It's going to be an F7 in your scorecard. And 1 away. One on, 1 out, and Dansby Swanson coming to the plate. Swanson batting 150 on the year. The infield's back into the left. First pitch up top. Misses high. One 0 count. Pitch on the way, down and away, and ball 2-0. Two 0 count. Wind continues to blow in from center. The 2-0 pitch misses, ball 3. So he's in danger of walking Swanson, who's struggling at the plate. He would gladly take a walk right now. Standing on deck is Horner in the top of the order. The 3-0. Nowhere near the zone, ball 4. So a good patient at bat by Dansby Swanson. He'll head on down to first. First and second, 1 out. Right-handed bat of Nico Horner, who's 1 for 1 with the single, has a chance to knock in the game's first run with the runner in scoring position. It is the catcher, so you're going to have to get a clean hit. Anything that gets to that outfield in Wrigley with the slow grass out there usually scores a run. Especially if the outfield is playing back, and it looks like that it is. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch bangs a bender there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. First and second, 1 out. Double play depth and back to the left of the Pirates defense. The 0-1 pitch. Right there, bang, P at the knees, 96 miles an hour. It's 0-2. The 0-2. Brings it down and away. And it is 1-2. Cubs wearing their City connects with the light blue tops, white pants, blue ball caps, red lettering on the front of Cubs, blue lettering of their names outlined in white on the back. The 1-2 pitch swing pops it up, and it's going to be a can of corn. York and the third baseman York and the first baseman O'Hearn collide, but York holds on to the ball. They both keep their footing for out number 1. Would have been an infield pop fly rule anyways. Unless the ball rolls away and everybody finds a way to be safe, there would have been no advancement. Man, that was dangerous. My guess on a day like today is that the two guys called for it at the same time, didn't hear the other one yelling for it. They were fairly close when they were calling for it. First pitch on the way to Michael Bush. It's right there for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Turns and fires, lifts it high into center field. The wind should knock it down, and O'Neal Cruz has no problem catching it. So that'll end the inning. Cubs threaten, but don't get any across. We go to the top of the 4th here in Wrigley on a Friday afternoon.
We can't Herbie Dern your frazzle dazzle.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
We're doing random drug testing today. The only one I won't try is crack. What?
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Hell no! No. Yes. That depends on what kind of pizza. If it's pineapple and ham, that's good. But if you're just like trying to throw some pineapple on like a Supreme or something, then you need Jesus.
Or how about this? No!
Pineapple does go really well on pizza, and that was amazing. That changed the game, dude. That stuff was awesome. I'm gonna go get some next. I'm gonna go back to Pensacola.
You go to Florida too damn much.
It's smart. It's a smart line, and a smart crowd will appreciate it. And I'm not going to dumb it down for some bonehead mass audience. Not you.
Armchair.
What must be the contempt for those who would degrade our great national game and make it a business? When such becomes the case, farewell to baseball. The excitement which is at present attendant on these contests will cease. Then the game itself will gradually but surely die out. Philadelphia City item.
Welcome back. Shota Imanaga back to work. Lefty-lefty matchup as the first pitch is up and into Ryan O'Hearn. It's 0-1. O'Hearn coming over in the offseason. So on the what's for dinner, is the 0-1 pitch is inside 1-1. Sleepy says he's got cabbage and neck bones kicking. And I saw that Chop Shot's doing a BOT or BLO as the 2-0 pitch is swung on and lifted high and deep into center field, going back on the track at the warning track after stumbling a bit. His PCA out there for a loud out number 1. He had a sigh of relief when he caught the ball. I think the wind played games with him. He was originally looking over his left shoulder and switched to his right as he was darting back towards the fence. It's a bacon, lettuce, and onion sandwich for John and the neck bones for First pitch swinging by Imanaga is a swing and a miss off the edge. Splitter. Brian Reynolds, it's 0-1. I don't know what I'm going to panic and eat because I've got this doubleheader. I didn't prepare well. Said I was going to, and I didn't. That's the 0-1 pitch. Down below the knees. 1-1. So it's pretty much coffee right now. I do have a backup coffee made off to the side, so, there's that going on. Man, that wind is really starting to howl out there at center field blowing in. The 1-1 pitch swing. Rattles it down the line. Foul. Do it again. First 1-2 might win this game. I can remember several games where the Braves have played up in Wrigley to start the season. And if it's cold weather and the wind's blowing in, good luck. You just can't get any runs scored. And I remember us having a game when Elder first came up, and he was not pitching well at all at the time. And he went in there and looked like Cy Young because every fly ball that was hit was just died into shallow outfield no matter where it went. Brian Reynolds now down 1-2 on the foul pitch fouled away. Kicks and fires. 2-2. The dude has left the home plate area, so maybe this will work. The 2-2. Swing, rattles it off the mask. Carson Kelly will do it again. I haven't seen those guys in almost a year. Just the random dudes that show up in the middle of home plate. You wonder if that's got anything to do with the cold weather. The 2-2. Brings it. Swing, chops it foul. Do it again. We'll be here next Friday as well as the Cubs are at home against the Mets. Same bat time, same bat channel, 2:20 first pitch. We're doing Wrigley Fridays here. When the Cubs are at home in Wrigley on a day game, we'll have the game here for you. That's all year long. The 2-2. Swing, lifts it away. And we'll do it again. We also just happen to be 3 consecutive Cubs games, and that's because on the 24th, or 3 consecutive Fridays, the Braves and Phillies are playing on Apple, and the Cubs and Dodgers are playing on Apple. So we're going to do a double Apple cast that night. The 2-2. Swing! Ball gets away, strike 3. Kelly jumps on it, flips it to first. Long throw, but good catch over there by Bush. He toe taps the bag, and there's 2 down. That's a $177 million question, right? Would you have rather signed Swanson or Jerks and Profar at this point? Pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna's banged foul down the line. It's 0-1. We don't have our starting shortstop that we paid $20 million to because he's still working back from injury. Would you? But to me, Dubon's a better deal. I'd rather have him out there playing short. The 0-1 misses high, 1-1. And when Kim does come back, he's not going to be. He's very good defensively, and he's a solid offensive shortstop. He's nothing to write home about. The 1-1, outside wide, 2-1. But if he can give you a batting average somewhere around 260 plus, 260, 270, give you an OPS anywhere close to 800, which is normally what he does, a little below. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Blew it right by Ozuna. And then to top it off, now he's missed some time, so got to lower the expectations on the home run. So we'll say 15 home runs when he comes back. That's essentially what you were expecting with Dubon out there playing as well as he has. It's a good combo, the 2-2. Bang, right there at the knee, strike three. Ozuna got locked up. We'll be back in a flash. We go to the bottom of the fourth here in Wrigleyville.
I was going to Columbia, for Christ's sakes. Wants to be some kind of a professional woman, like you.
A psychiatrist?
And have to listen to guys like me whine all day.
Here's payoff pitch, and swing on and miss! Strike three! Yaga! We're 1 out away, Braves country, from a trip to the World Series. Whatever superstition you got, do it. The entire city of Atlanta, the entire South is standing on their feet, trying to will the Braves into the World Series. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And swung on and ripped over to Dansby Swanson. Dansby's got it. He fires over first. Baby, sound the trumpets. Do the chop through the streets. Your Atlanta Braves are headed to the 2021 World Series. Oh, baby. We have not been into the World Series in 22 years. But come Tuesday night in Houston, we'll have first pitch. Go dance in the streets, baby.
Have you ever protested anything?
Sure, every time I get thrown out of the pub.
By the end of the Civil War, baseball was the national pastime, North and South, West as well as East. Soldiers took the game home with them, and it grew.
It's our game. That's the chief fact in connection with it. America's game has the snap, go, fling of the American atmosphere. It belongs as much to our institutions, fits into them as significantly as our Constitution's laws, is just as important in the sum total of our historic life. Walt Whitman.
Please like and subscribe today, youtube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back. Jinsky goes back to work. Alex Bregman. First pitch there for a strike. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. Bregman batting just 184 is the 0-1. Fouls it away. It's 0-2. Remember, he got off to a slow start as well. He is infamously in his career a slow starter. And when he gets hot, he's hard to get out, and that's going to play well at Wrigley, the 0-2, down and away, 1-2. Because it's hard to hit at Wrigley anyways the first couple of months of the year. But once you start hitting June, July, August, when the weather starts to warm up, the ball starts flying out of there, I expect him to have a big second half of the year. The 1-2 pitch. Swing, lifts it. High into center field, and the wind's going to be knocking it down. And O'Neal Cruz comes in, makes a sliding grab. Did he trap it or did he catch it? I think he caught it. Wow, what a catch. Holy cow. O'Neal Cruz, that ball was dying fast. Now the Cubs are looking to see if they may want to challenge this. It's a high hit ball. And he had, I think I saw it move. Let me see. We're going to a closer look. No, he didn't. He caught it. I thought he trapped it at first. The ball juggled a bit, but no, he caught it. So a great catch out there by Cruz. You get a chance to pull that up later. It's worth the look. Pitch outside wide for a strike. Down and away, it's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup, the 0-1 pitch swing, hits it up the middle, and diving stab over there at short by Griffin, leaps to his feet, fires it to first, and it's a 6-3 putout. Nifty play by the Gryffindor. 2 down. Wow, that was impressive. We've heard all about his bat. That's a pretty slick glove over there. Man, that was nice. So 2 down. Are they challenging this? That was another close play. Oh, yeah, he's safe. He is absolutely safe. They are challenging it. I didn't see that. I was looking at the smart-ass remark by Roy. Yeah, freaking Uber Eat me a Sammy. Yeah, he's safe. The front foot hits the bag just before the ball hits the glove. So this should be a successful challenge. It is. First base umpire Alan Porter. Oh, I'm sorry, he's at third base, but he is the crew chief. We were talking about that umpire crew last week that the Braves had. This one isn't much better. Jim Wolf and Alan Porter on the same umpire crew. First pitch is up top, misses high. For a ball, it's 1-0. I get that they're all not going to be elite, but you would like it where they spread them all out, right? 1-0. Swing, slaps it through the infield, and Suzuki has his first base hit of the season. Ball gets out there to right field, and the Cubs have 2 on and 1 out. One on, 1 out. So we'll put the action camera on so you can see high above. Bottom of the 4th. PCA, the batter. 0-1, swing and a miss. It's to start the at bat. Pete Crow Armstrong. The 0-1 count. Kicks and fires. Down and away. 1-1. I don't know if y'all can hear my dogs barking at the door, but man, that was really quick. Is Uber Eats already here? Righty-lefty matchup. Pitch on the way. Swing, fouls away. My guess is that's either someone tried to sell me junk or it's an Amazon delivery. The 1-2 count. Runners first and second. 1 out. Wind still blowing in. Very strong. Straight from center field, dead end. The 1-2 pitch. Swing, lifts it high into right field. The wind's going to knock that down. Caught out there in right field. F9 your scorecard. Here comes the throw into the infield and tagging up and making it all the way down to third with 2 outs is Happ. They've got runners on the corners with 2 outs. Now Kelly coming to the plate. Risky tag, honestly, because that was a hell of a throw out there by Billy Cook. And you're not gaining a whole lot by getting that 90 feet, but you never know, I guess. Get a wild pitch or a balk or something, but showed off his arm. Carson Kelly 1 for 1 with a single. If he can do that here, we'll get the first run of the ball game. First pitch on the way, down and away. It's 1-0. 5th inning coming up, getting ready to take the 5th. The 1-0. Brings it, swing, chops it back foul. One and 1. All's not lost. I found a Slim Jim and some iced tea, so we're good. That'll get me to game number 2, hopefully. The 1-1 count. Runners at the corners. Majinski, by the way, 53 pitches as the pitch on the way is outside wide. 2-1. On deck is Ballesteros, the left-hander. So you know he's not trying to pitch around Kelly to get to the left-hander. Swanson in the hole. The 2-1 pitch. Swing, chops it off his instep, and we'll do it again. I swear it feels like that. I could be wrong misreading what PCA did, but when he swung that bat and hit it up in the air into that wind, he immediately started cursing, and I feel like he was thinking, if I don't hit a line drive, I have no chance of getting that out of here. The 2-2. Turns and kicks. Check swing. Did he go inside? Did he go around? They checked down the line. He did not. Full count. Kelly was starting to walk towards the dugout. That's interesting. He didn't go around. I don't know why he thought. He just looked like that he was about to concede defeat. The payoff pitch. Runner at first will be on the move with 2 outs. The pitch swing, chops it foul, do it again. John, Roy's basically giving me a hard time because they all in the background give me a hard time with some of the lingo that I use. Because they're always laughing in this text thread that we have. They're always like, where the hell did you learn that word? And so things like Sammy and stuff like that, which I don't think is that out of bounds, but some of them, they get pretty good laughs out of. The payoff pitch is outside wide. Ball 4, and he'll head on down to first. And the bases are now loaded. There's 2 outs. The ducks all over the pond. Ballesteros, the batter, first pitch swinging, lifts it into left field, and drifting over, making the catch is Reynolds, F7 just before the warning track. So the Cubs have threatened in a couple of these innings, but can't get them home. 0-0, great catch by Cruz.
At the tone, leave your name and message. I'll get back to you.
Just a drink. A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Hell are you doing? Told you we weren't getting involved.
You got us involved when you brought us here.
Where are you from? What's your real name? What was it before you changed it?
Giuseppe.
That's all you need, one thieving wop on the team.
It's much better than you stinking Irish.
Oh, I like him.
Just a drink.
He can play.
He can't throw.
He can't throw and he can't field.
Why do you like him?
He gets on base.
You want answers? I want the truth!
He gets on base, so do I care if it's a walk or a hit?
You do not.
I do not.
Just a drink.
What draws my admiration? What is that which gives me joy?
Just a drink.
Baseball. A man stands alone at a plate. This is the time for individual achievement. But in the field, part of a team. Part of one big team. Sunny day, stands full of fans. What does he have to say?
Just a drink.
I get nowhere unless the team wins.
The day may come when the courage of men fail, but it is not this day.
Just a drink.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother. Spaghetti's rolling.
You think he'll ever get out of here?
One day, when I got a long white beard and 2 or 3 marbles rolling around upstairs.
Get busy living, get busy dying.
Just a drink.
Do you really want to get him? What are you prepared to do? If you open the ball on these people, you must be prepared to go all the way. Here's how you get him. He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way.
Just a drink.
The Lord hates a coward. Do you know what a blood oath is?
Yes.
Good, because you just took one.
Just a drink.
Go ahead. Make my day.
You can't handle the truth.
Did it ever occur to you I just might go tapioca and throw you out of one of the windows?
Just a drink.
Perfect.
Shaken, not stirred.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome back. Pitch on the way from Imanaga is at the knees to Gonzalez. Bangs in and out of the glove. Did he call that a strike or not? That's the 3rd ball he has dropped today. They call that a ball. Imanaga in a 0-0 game starting off is the 2-0 pitch is fouled back out of play, 2-1. 2-1 count. Top of the fifth, 0-0 your score. Brings it. Swing, fouls it back. Four-seam fastball, 2-2. I know that's one of my favorite lines. It's what, when we started putting these together, I was like, I've got to get the tapioca line in there. It's one of my favorite lines of all time in any show. The 2-2, swing, fouls it away. To give you some context what that line's about, so I was a big Rockford fan, so watched all these shows with growing up because my dad just loved the show, so it was on in the house all the time. And it's the 2-2 pitch. Swing. That ball is smoked over to third. L5 of your scorecard. That was an atom ball. Bregman did not have to move. He just had to raise his glove so it didn't kill him. One away. That'll bring O'Neal Cruz to the plate, who walked his first time up after a very long at bat. Griffin comes to the on-deck circle. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch upstairs. Misses high. Another drop ball by Carson Kelly. It's 1-0. Starting to think Carson Kelly hasn't caught a lot of cold weather games. To my count, that's the fifth one he has dropped. And we're in the fifth inning. 1-0 right there for a strike. 1-1. But he gets Rockford gets dragged into a federal building, and this Fed had been giving him a hard time throughout the series. And so he goes to get up after he gets interrogated. I don't even know what the context of that was. The 1-1 right there for a strike, 1-2. Dude was always getting interrogated by the police and the feds because he was a private investigator and he was an ex-con. So if you've never seen the show, that's what lays that out. The 1-2 count. Swing, slices it away. And if you remember James Garner, he's a pretty big boy. I mean, he played football too before he became an actor, but he was well over 6 feet. My guess was like 6'2", 6'3", and he was put together. So he's a pretty big guy. And he goes to get up, and the door is locked as the 1-2. Fouls it away. Do it again. And it's just him and this Fed, and the Fed's not a very big guy at all. And that's it. That's the only two in the room. And they're up pretty high in some Fed building. My guess is, I don't know, 10 stories up. And that's when he used the line. It never occurred to you I might go tapioca and throw you out this window? It just always made me laugh. The 1-2 pitch. Caught looking, strike three right there on the outer edge, 2 down. So 2 down. The first pitch on the way to Connor Griffin is a swing and a miss at the strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Drops one down and away. Looked like the splitter. Misses 1-1. 1-1 count. 0-0 your score. Pitch on the way. Swing. Lifts it. High into left field. Going back on the track. And making the catch just before where the ivy will be in a couple of months for a loud out number 2. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth. 0-0 in Wrigley.
Are you high? Am I what? High. Hello?
Here is 10 signs that you were raised by an Irish person. Number 1, you have a very colourful vocabulary. Every now and again you'll throw in an owl, this and that, but that's okay. Number 2, you have a very staple diet that kind of consists of a lot of potatoes. Number 3, you have a belief that flat 7-Up in the microwave heated can cure any illness. Any at all. Number 4, St. Patrick's Day is a big deal and you'll be dragged down to the parade for the crack. Number 5, never worry about anything because there's always someone to light a candle for you. Number 6, they always have your back, especially in front of other people. But when you are home, you're in for it. Number 7, tea is the solution to all problems. Broke up with your boyfriend? Cup of tea. Failed your exams? Cup of tea. Number 8, there is only one type of crisp. End of. Number 9, the wooden spoon. Say no more. And number 10, the obsession with the heat. Is that heat been on? All day?
Armchair. Does this shade of red make me look like a clown?
No. It makes you look like a prostitute who caters exclusively to clowns.
I got some advice. Everybody just shut up. Just mind your business and do you. And shut up. That's it. The world will be better. Shut up!
Look, will happily pay 75 cents to $1.50 to go to the theater. And numbers prefer baseball to theatricals. We must make the games worth witnessing, and there will be no fault found with the price. A good game is worth 50 cents. A poor one is dear at 25. Harry Wright.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Yeah, sorry, I guess I left that out of the context, Sleepy. Going tapioca back in the day, it just meant that going crazy, because if you were sent to a mental institution, you were routinely fed pudding, and tapioca is one of the funnier ones to say, so that's why he said going tapioca, which is funny because it's one of my favorite puddings, and I know a lot of people don't like it, but I grew up on it. I want to say it was my mom that would bring it home. Anyway, someone brought it home, and I grew up on it, and I always liked it. And most people, when they hear it, they go, ugh. And I'm like, whatever, dude. You can have your rice pudding all day long. Give me tapioca. Righty-righty matchup right there on the outer edge. To Swanson is off the plate. On the outer edge of the plate for a strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Takes and fires, swing, lifts it. High into right field, drifting over and just fading out of the right field into the stands. It's 0-2. Easily, in my opinion, the most underrated show of all time, because when people talk about the great PI shows, they always go to Magnum, they always go to some of these others. As the pitch on the way is down and away, it's 1-2. But he was the everyman's PI, Rockford. I mean, the guy lived in a trailer. He always lost. It was great humor and action all rolled into it. The 1-2 pitch, swing, pops it up. High in the sky over there on the right side of the infield, calling off the first baseman is the second baseman, Gonzalez. O'Hearn bends out of the way. F4 in your scorecard, and there's one away. Fall Guy's one of the great. The show wasn't that great, but the intro song was one of the greatest of all time. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch to Nico Horner. Right there for a strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1 turns and fires, and Horner slaps it on the right side of the infield, and it's going to be a 4-3 put out. 2 down. We'll just put it on the strike zone because I don't know about y'all, but I just got a glimpse of that camera following that dude around. That is a terrible job. Michael Bush comes to the plate, righty-lefty. First pitch on the way is upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it. Up and in. That'll even it up at 1-1. The 1-1 count. Flips the pitch out there on the outer edge. Looked like the curve. It's 1-2. The 1-2. Check swing down and in, 2-2. The 2-2 count. Brings it up top. You go around. You check down the third base line. They said he did not. So it's a full count now to Michael Busch. Bregman stands on deck. The 3-2. Swing, slaps it over to third. Should be an easy 5-3 putout. It is. And that'll end the inning. We'll be back in a flash here on the BCR Friday Wrigley game. 0-0 going to the 6th.
Why do boomers get up an hour early just to sit there at the table and drink coffee?
Because we don't want to listen to your bull crap. It takes the cup of coffee to listen to your stuff.
All right, tell your joke.
Why are chickens so funny?
Why?
Because
steak sauce or no steak sauce?
All right, okay, first of all, if you got a steak that's good enough, then you're not going to need no steak sauce. But if you're eating a steak that's like charcoal, then you're going to end up with some kind of steak. If you don't shut up, I'm talking. That girl looked like a grown-up Oompa Loompa.
I prefer Minion, but okay.
She had the body type of a Minion. Unibody.
Yeah, like everybody asked me, like, so what's your type? And I'm like, I've been all over the board at this point.
He really has. I'm impressed with like one or two of them that he brings home, and then the next one I'm like, what happened? That one that you brought on that had like 4 chins.
Lower the expectations. But
you can't get no lower. You can't get no lower.
Armchair.
Let me tell you something. If the U.S. government decides to stick a tracking device up your ass, you say thank you. And God bless America.
Harry Wright eats baseball, breathes baseball, thinks baseball, dreams baseball, and incorporates baseball in his prayers. Cincinnati Enquirer.
Hi, I'm Mac McGee. Braves Country Radio. Pull up a chair. Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Nothing, your scores. We head to inning number 6, Pittsburgh. Joey Bart set to take the plate. Columbo was a TV series for a little while, but they ended up doing movies, so it ended up being special events is what they called them. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way from Imanaga to start the 6th is right there at the knees. It's 0-1. So people remember it as a series, but it was really it really didn't get any traction as the 0-1 pitch swing fouls it away. It's 0-2. Until they started doing the made-for-TV events is what they always called them. And that's why it went on for so long, and it's still considered a series per se, but it wasn't a weekly series like all the others. Is the 0-2, fouls it away. Yeah, and that's why the seasons are considered like Chop Shot's looking it up. Yeah, that's what it's going to tell you is the 0-2 pitch, outside wide, 1-2. 1-2 count. It was a rotating program of the mystery movie, the NBC mystery movie. And so it went into, so it was technically a series, but it was movies is what it was. 1-2 count, swing and a miss, strike 3. As they would say in How I Met Your Mother, lawyered. 1 up, 1 down. We go to the top of the 6th. Originally, in fact, I'm reading it right now, originally aired from 71 to 78 as one of the rotating programs of the NBC Mystery Movie. First pitch swinging, chops it foul down the first base line. It's 0-1. And then it became a part of the ABC Mystery Movie from 89 to 90. And then a less frequent basis from 90 to 2003. The 0-1 outside wide. Did he go around? He did not. It's 0-2. In fact, when they went to that from the 90 to 2003, the Rockford Files, a lot of people don't remember this, they became a part of that rotation of the movie, the mystery movie. And so you'll see a lot of older Rockford movies is the 1-1, Swing and a Miss, it's 1 and 2. Where they brought in all the old cast, and so they're like 10, 15 years older than what you remember them in their prime. And they did all kinds of mystery movies as well. But yeah, it wasn't a series, it was a mystery movie. So they didn't run them every single week. The 1-2, swing, lifted, high into center field, F8 in your scorecard, and 1 away. Or 2 away, excuse me. Cook now retired. We'll go back to the top of the order. York, the batter. By the way, if you haven't been paying attention, the only base runner for the Pirates so far has been a walk. And that was to O'Neill Cruz back in the 2nd inning. Lefty-righty matchup, check swing, went around. It's 0-1. But Imanaga is at 96 pitches, so there's no way in the world he's going to get the no-no. It would have to be a combined, and I just never put a lot of stock into those. The 0-1 in the dirt, 1-1. Still a long way to go. A 1-1 count. Yeah, I'd say we really got lucky sleepy. Bing Crosby is, can you imagine that? The 1-1 swing, chops it down the line, foul, 1-2. Nothing, your score. Top of the 6th, the 1-2 from Imanaga. Pitch number 99 is a 4-seam fastball outside wide. So my guess would be this will be his last inning come hell or high water. There will be some shock jocks out there saying they should have left him in. But, I mean, come on. Think he's going to make it to the 9th, the 2-2. Caught, looking strike 3. Punched him out on the inner half, and that'll end the inning. That'll probably end the outing for Imanaga. 6 shutty. He did give up a walk.
Every time I see a homeless person, they got a dog. Y'all investing in the wrong roof.
What's the worst UK accent?
Probably Birmingham.
Okay. Everyone says, oh, Scouse.
No, I like a Scouse accent, but Birmingham.
Where are you from?
Newcastle.
Everyone's favourite.
Up the twos.
I got lost in the game. I mean, the ballpark, and the people, the color, the sounds, the smells. And it's a passion. It's a very, very big part of my life. Sometimes I like to be 11 years old. I like being part of something that's bigger than me. It's good for your soul to invest in something you can't control.
You're a romantic. You have a lyrical soul. You can love under the best and worst conditions.
What a big at bat by Lieutenant Dan. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Jorge Soler, and it is swung on and roasted into left field. Ramalama ding dong, zip boom bam, over the bullpen wall. It's 3-2, your Atlanta Braves. That ball was crushed like an ant. Absolute Jackpot, baby. 3-2. Atlanta leads the game, and the place is going bananas. I hope y'all are dancing in your living room or wherever you're at. Atlanta, back-to-back solo jacks. We've got a one-run lead. Look out. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Majinski fires the first pitch to start the inning, down and away to start off Alex Bregman. It's 1-0. Nothing, your score, bottom of the sixth. The 1-0. Majinski kicks and fires. Inside. 2-0. And looks like we're going to get an ABS challenge, and it will be overturned. It's 1-1, so the first ABS challenge of the day. So both teams will keep their ABS challenges at 2. Their regular challenges at 2 as well. We've had one challenge, one ABS challenge. Both have been successful. 1-1 outside wide, 2-1. 2-1 count. Pitch on the way. Swing! That ball's banged down the third base line, and that's going to get down where the green grass grows. Up against the wall, cutting it off quickly is Reynolds, and he'll keep Alex Bregman to a long single as that ball ricocheted off the wall and right into his glove. But it's a leadoff single to get the Cubs going. Ian Happ, the batter, righty-lefty. First pitch out and away. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. They're showing the replay of Bregman taking the wide turn. I don't see anything where it was probably a smart idea to stay put, the 1-0 right there. 1-1. It was going to take a perfect turn, a perfect slide, and he was going to have to get some help on a bad throw. 1 on, nobody out. The 1-1 inside, ball 2, 2-1. 2-1 count. Pitch on the way, swing, lifts it into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Bregman had to hold up as he was seeing if that ball was going to be caught on a line drive by Gonzalez. And it'll be first and second, and there will be nobody out still. The last time, first pitch on the way is upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. 0-1. Upstairs, 0-2. 0-2 count. I was trying to look at Roberto Ortiz's last scorecard, and for some reason I'm not showing it. I don't know if he missed a turn or if they just didn't produce it. The 0-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3, and Suzuki's down on strikes. First and second still, and 1 out. And Pete Crow Armstrong will be the batter. So my normal source, I'll have to go somewhere else. Probably isn't going to tell me what I was wanting to know. I was wanting to know what his percentages were. This must be his first call of 2026 because 3 different spots are saying no dice. They're going to make a quick pitching change. First and second, there's 1 out, and the Cubs are threatening. We'll be back in a flash here on the BCR Wrigley game Friday. Mac McGee
And I, we're on the same team.
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
And we need more players. We need you to help us win the battle against hunger and poverty. You can sponsor
Braves Country Radio.
Teamwork is what
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
is all about. And that's why we need you. For just $15 a month,
Don't get greedy. Ask for $2.99.
you can sponsor a child just like
Braves Country Radio.
I've been able to really help,
Braves Country Radio.
and it feels so good. It's so easy. Just reach out now and start sending your love around the world.
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
You join our team, we really can bat 1,000.
Mac McGee.
Who's waiting for help? There's room on our team for you.
Nothing, your score. Mason Montgomery, the southpaw, coming in. 4 2/3 innings so far, the 9.64 ERA. 2 holds, 4 walks, though, and 10 strikeouts. He's set to face PCA. They will leave PCA in to face him. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way is down and away. 1-0. Turns and fires right there at the knees. Did not get the call. 2-0. Standing on deck would be Kelly, unless they decide to pinch hit. Ballesteros, the designated hitter. So lefty, righty, lefty here with the southpaw coming on. The 2-0. Pops it back foul. Wrong the 4-seam fastball. 98 miles an hour. Man, sizzling. 2-1. That'll warm up the crowd on a cold, windy day here in Chicago. What you'll see from Montgomery is a 4-seamer 61% of the time, and why not? It's a good one. The curveball and the slider as well. Curve at 29% and the slider at 10. The 2-1 right there on the outer edge. 2-2. Mason Montgomery, 6'2", 205-pounder, out of Austin, Texas. The 2-2, 2 on, deuces wild. Here's the pitch. High and inside. Full count. Montgomery was drafted by the Tampa Bay Rays in 2021 out of Texas Tech. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. He was well out in front of that one. Two down. 2 on and 2 out. The right-handed bat of Kelly stands in. First pitch, pumping it right down the middle, 99 miles an hour. It's 1-0. The 1-0. brings it. Or 0-1, excuse me, brings it. Down and in, 1-1. 1-1 count. In 2024, his fastball, Mason Montgomery, was only rated below Garrett Crochet in the minor league system. This is the 1-1 in the dirt. 1-2. One, 2. Or 2-1, excuse me. Keep messing that up. The 2-1 pitch, swing, fouls it away, 2-2. The 2-2 pitch, 100 miles an hour, outside wide, full count. Mason Montgomery was a part of that 3-team deal with the Rays and the Houston Astros. More on that in a second. The payoff pitch, down and in, ball 4, so he'll head on down to first, and the bases are now loaded. There are 2 outs. Ducks all over the pond. And it looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter here, as Shaw comes in for Ballesteros. Matt Shaw out of Springfield, Massachusetts. Played his college ball at Maryland. We're going to get a quick mound visit. Believe that is Murphy, Bill Murphy, the pitching coach. But that trade was the one that sent Brandon Lowe and Jake Mangrum, along with the left-handed pitcher Montgomery, to the Pirates. Tampa Bay received prospects, and that was the one that sent Mike Burrows to Pittsburgh. From Pittsburgh to Houston. So most people are pretty familiar with Burrows. This is basically, along with Lowe, this is essentially who they got for him. It's a good bullpen piece. First pitch on the way is right there for a strike lefty-righty matchup. It's 0-1. 0-0 your score. The 0-1. Shaw batting .257 in 11 games this year. The 0-1 pitch, swing. Chops it off the plate. It's 0-2. Infield is back into the left. So a lot of real estate on the right side. The 0-2. Right there on the outer edge, 1-2. No, I don't have the I wouldn't mind having the Bandits plate. Is the Pirates are going to challenge that, and I'm not really 100% sure why. That ball was well off the plate. It's confirmed 1-2. I guess they're hoping for a miracle. Now, I've got the one from the Blues Brothers, and I've got the one from the Rockford Files hanging. I probably should have Bandit, considering his background and mine. The 1-2 count. Kicks and fires. Swing, rolls it foul. And I always liked the Bandit movies, but I can't say that I was a huge Bandit fan. Rockford, I just grew up watching it, and then the Blues Brothers, one of my all-time favorite movies. And I actually dressed as the Blues Brothers 3 times in my life for Halloween. Three separate times. Talk people into doing it with me. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He got him. Smoke him if you got him. We go to the 7th inning. 0-0 here in Wrigley.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Almost Good Beer. Remember, Ed's Almost Good Beer was brewed in God's country when God wasn't looking.
I woke up this morning and I felt like absolute garbage. For anybody who wants to know what garbage is, it's French for trash.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing, "Darryl, Darryl." It's a tough time for any kid, and especially now as he stands naked under the world out there in right field, and they taunt him and they chant his name.
He takes his cap off and reacts to it. It's just been a tough time.
I tell you, it's a tough business.
You guys are all just like really misogynistic.
How do you define misogyny?
I don't know, I don't like this.
I'm just asking how you define misogyny. Are you okay? Like, do you want to go as in leave? Is it because I asked how you define misogyny? Is that the...
No, I'd like to go home, if that's allowed.
Because I asked about how you define misogyny?
Armchair.
Harry Wright, a former center fielder for the Knickerbocker Baseball Club, believed there were big profits to be made in baseball. And in 1869, he assembled the very first professional team, Cincinnati Red Stocking. Only one of Wright's Red Stockings actually came from Cincinnati. Most were young New Yorkers, 19 or 20 years old. Wright drilled them in the fundamentals, insisted they be silent and businesslike on the field, and dressed them in knickers to boost their running speed.
Welcome back. Yeah, that one's everywhere, John. There. 0-0 your score. Pirates have not gotten a hit, but the starter is out of the game. Imanaga makes way for Thielbar, and the first pitch on the way, lefty-lefty matchup. Fires a pitch right down the pipe for a strike. It's 0-1. We'll pull the screen in so you can see the strike zone a little better with no one on the mound. With no one on the base. 1-1, down and in. As that pitch misses. So that'll even up the count. 0-0, top of the 7th. The 1-1 pitch. Swing. Hammers it down the right field line. Is that a fair ball? It is a fair ball. And it's a first base hit by the Pittsburgh Pirates here in the 7th inning. Only second base runner is Imanaga. That'll close the books on Imanaga, so let's go ahead and get the tail of the tape. 6 innings, 9 strikeouts, and 1 walk. That's it. Great outing by Imanaga. Not really that surprising considering how good of a pitcher he is and the conditions. This is just built for small ball. First pitch swinging by Reynolds. He smokes that one. That ball is clocked. 2-0 Pittsburgh. And just like that, they get Imanaga out of the game, and the Pirates are on top 2-0. A 2-run shot by Brian Reynolds. Wow. How far did it fly? 385 feet into the teeth of the wind. And Reynolds hits the dugout. They put the steel workers mask on him. This will bring Marcelo Ozuna to the plate. Man, did he crank that one. That was a no-doubter. Got a 1-1 count. Thielbar kicks and fires right there at the knees. It's 1-2. Ozuna 0 for 2 on the day, bringing his batting average to .059. The 1-2. Curveball, fouled back. Do it again. So just when you think the Braves may have some guys struggling in the lineup, and then you see, woo, bullet dodge, didn't sign Marcel. I mean, he's hitting poorly, but he's making up for it for slow base running and no defense. The 0-2 pitch, swing. That ball's lifted out to center field. Going out there making the sliding catch. Great grab out there by Pete Crow Armstrong. One away. Yeah, as you can imagine, I always try to find a taller friend so that I can be Jake. Someone else has always been Elwood. We got some pretty good stories off those too. Those weren't just your run-of-the-mill, hey, we dressed up with costumes that day. I mean, we had some stories of our own. The first pitch is right there for a strike to Gonzalez. It's 0-1. Lefty-righty matchup. The 0-1 pumps the 93-mile-an-hour fastball right down the plate. It's 0-2. I think I've probably told him before, so I won't bore you all with him. But the 0-2 count. Brings it. Swing, fouls it away. Gonzalez 0 for 2 on the day. 1 out. Pittsburgh leads it 2-0. The pitch. Caught looking, strike 3. And Gonzalez says he wants to challenge. And I don't know what Roberto Ortiz said to him. But I don't know if it was. So they did challenge. They did allow the challenge. And the challenge was overturned. He said something to when he went to challenge him. He made a motion. What if they'll ask Gonzalez about this after the game? He was shaking his head like, no, you can't do that. There's a pitch on the way, swung on, popped up down the first base line. It'll just fall foul right there on the grounds next to, just past the tarps. It'll be 1-2 on the count. Suzuki and Bush were both tracking the ball, and it fell right in between them. But whatever he said something, and Roberto Ortiz initially told him no. And then I guess, my only guess would be Ortiz had it wrong in his head that they had already used their challenges. The 1-2, check swing. Did he go around? They checked down the line. He did not. 2-2. At first, I thought he was giving, because you've seen this before in this ABS era. Is the pitch on the way? Pops it up, back out of play. We'll do it again. They'll go to do the challenge, and the umpire will give the indication that you took too long. And that is a thing. Like, it has to be immediate or you don't get the challenge. And I thought it was an odd reaction because the 2-2. Swing, blasted. High and deep in the left field. Will the wind knock it down? Back at the track, at the next to where the ivy will be, banging into the wall, making the catch for a loud out number 2 is Ian Happ. Thielbar hung his head like he thought that ball was gone too. They are absolutely tattooing this guy. They got to get him out of there. But he either thought that they were out of challenges or he thought he had waited too long. And I think Gonzalez was like, hey, man, I was waiting for you to call yours. Like, you got to give me your call, because it was a delayed strike call. Lefty-lefty matchup right there on the edge. Down and in to Cruz. It's 1-0. Cruz walked, Prior to that home run by Reynolds, it was the only base runner for the Pirates the entire day. The pitch on the way, swung on and smacked back foul, 1-1. Cubs still have 3 more ups, but they trail 2-0 in a game where runs have been at a premium. And the Cubs have had several opportunities in the first 6 innings. They've had the runners in scoring position 3 times. Just couldn't get the base knock. Pitch on the way is outside wide, 2-1. Welcome in, Scooby-Dooby-Doo. The pitch on the way, swing. That ball smoked into center field, through the infield, between the 4-6 hole to the right of the second base bag. And it's a 2-out single for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And I guess Thielbar's, his day's finally done with Connor Griffin coming to the plate. They don't want to see any more. We'll be back in a flash. I would assume a right-hander's coming in. We'll introduce him when we return.
Some people exercise before breakfast. I've watched a show I didn't like because the remote fell on the floor.
You can't go cheap on the TP. So I'm going to throw the honorable mention of diapers. You can go to a lesser name brand and there's a median there, store brand diapers, garbage. You will have more blowouts and cleanups than you will know what to do with.
Are you willing
It
to
is
go,
not worth saving the dollar.
Are you willing to go to cloth diapers to save money?
No.
Does anybody still do that? What a terrible idea that
Yes.
is.
Yes.
Do they?
There are people. Yes.
That's such
and
a
they need
terrible
hug me
idea.
jackets. They have lost their mind. There's
mean-
no way I would process that thing through my washing
Why
machine
would I want-
and then ever wear anything out of it again?
I mean, if someone drizzles on my shoes in the men's room, I'm throwing them out. I don't want a full-blown episode and go, well, we can reuse those. Don't throw them out. Who came up with that idea?
Armchair. Moving on, the holiday party. I put you two in charge of the dessert, and I specifically asked for an edible arrangement, like a fruit basket of sorts, not an arrangement of edibles. What went wrong here?
I delegated this to Brian, and I told him to get an edible arrangement.
Okay, that wasn't clear to me because Kate said the brownies were a big hit last year, so
Brian, Matt literally had 4 of them, and he was so relaxed that he fell asleep during our Secret Santa.
For the first time, to the shock of the baseball community, he paid each player a salary. The highest paid was Harry's brother George, the shortstop, who received a considerable sum of $14.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way is down and in. Start the at-bat. Ethan Roberts, the batter, to Connor Griffin. It's 1-0. Ethan Roberts, what you'll see from him as he flips it over to first to keep O'Neal Cruz close by. He throws a cutter 69% of the time, and it tops out at around 94, 95 miles an hour. Usually averages around 92. A sinker, a sweeper, and that's it. Those are the 3 pitches from the right-hander. He used to throw a curve as the 1-0 fouls it back. Cutter, back out of play. 1-1. Ethan Roberts, 5'10", 110-pounder. Brings it. Runner goes. Throw down to second base. Good throw. And they're going to say he's safe. Cruz cruising into second base. Head first slide. There's an argument going on right now with Alan Porter, the second base umpire, and Nico Horner. Craig Counsell's out there to get a a definition going on. He hit the leg. I mean, he hit the arm. That is 100% he hit the arm before he tagged the base. And whatever's going on, are they not? Are they saying he didn't block the bag? So if you didn't block the bag, see if we get any kind of definition here. But it doesn't look like we're getting a definition. The 2-1 pitch, down and away, 3-1. I don't understand why they didn't challenge it. They have challenges left. Whatever it must have been, he must have claimed that he had the bag block, but that's absolutely false. The 3-1 pitch right there at the knees. Full count. Makes you wonder if old Alan Porter's got Pirates on the money line. The throw beat him. He tagged him. His arm hit the back of the bag after it hit his elbow. Pitch on the way, swing, chops it over towards short. It's actually going to be a low line drive sinking L6 in your scorecard. Good play by Dansby, and that'll end the inning. So whatever shenanigans Alan Porter was up to, it didn't work. We'll be back in a flash. 2-0 your score.
3 o'clock in the morning. I've been playing poker with some blokes. Playing poker with some blokes? You can pack your bags and go. So can you, sweetheart? This ain't our house anymore.
But there's a tier level of like college and adult life, and I'm not going back to the college level tier. You can't go, this isn't walking back into my fridge. Not ever happening again.
Well, no,
but ice at that.
But if I'm somewhere, okay, Busch Light I can deal with. Natty Light, no. Natty Light, I don't even feel like it's, I don't know. Natty Ice, definitely not. That's just a headache in a can. But when I say cheap beer, like stuff that's not, the upper echelon, I'm talking about your domestics. I can live on a domestic. I don't have to have the hippest, $15 for a 6-pack beer. I'm fine with.
Oh, definitely. I mean, heck, let's face it. After the first two, they all taste the same after that.
Well, yeah, and if you're going to drink all day, I'm not trying to mess around with the double IPAs and porters and stuff like that. Dude, you're about to go to a dark place.
Armchair.
I just got out of Target, and this guy said, "Hey, that's not Nirvana on your shirt." And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I know Nirvana, man. Bop's one of my favorite songs, okay?
The Red Stockings finished their first season with a record of 65 wins and not a single loss. They also managed to turn a profit for their investors, $1.39. The city that had once prided itself on the stockyards had become the baseball capital of the country, and the Red Stockings spread the gospel from New York to San Francisco, traveling on the just completed Transcontinental Railroad.
Braves Country Radio. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Welcome back. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. As Matson is in against Swanson, it's 0-1. Cubs trail the Pirates 2-0. You go one. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. So, not Roy's fault. He wasn't told, I don't believe, that said about the 7th inning stretch. So we will be doing the bottom of the 7th inning stretch and hit the 8th inning in the middle of the 8th. He didn't know there was a button that he needed to hit. The 0-2 misses high. 1-2. This is his first time manning the controls. I think he's going to be here for most of the Chicago games. The 1-2 pitch. Outside wide. 2-2. I went up to get the cheese and stuff, and I'm so used to it just being clicked. I was hearing the clip, and I was like, uh-oh. I thought maybe it just didn't load because sometimes that does happen. The 2-2 count. Just missed the outer edge. Trying to paint the corner. Do it again. And this jackleg won't get out of the way, so we'll move it up top. The payoff pitch. Swanson trying to work his way aboard. He's already walked one time today. The payoff pitch. Swing, rips it over there to shortstop. And Connor Griffin, he catches it on a line drive sinker. One down, so pretty impressive. Two pretty impressive plays by the shortstops and back-to-back outs. First pitch slider is down and away to Nico Horner. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Misses. 2-0. Majinski, by the way, finished with 2 strikeouts and 3 walks, 6 hits allowed. So he scattered the batters and kept them off the boards. As the 2-0 misses down and away, 3-0. 3-0 count. Brings it. High and inside, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. And the Cubs got a runner at first. 1 out. Coming to the plate is Michael Bush. And he swings at the very first pitch he sees. That's going to be lazy fly ball in the left field. Drifting back, making the catch. The running catch is Connor Griffin for an easy out number 2. So 1 pitch, 1 out. And Matson now try to retire Bregman, who's 1 for 3 on the day. So they flip it over to first real quick to keep the runner close by. 1 on, 2 out, infield back into the left. Pitch on the way, swing, slap towards right field, but that's going to be an F9 your scorecard, and Cook makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the 7th, pretend like it's the middle of the 7th here on Braves Country. Welcome back. First pitch to start the inning from Roberts. Down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Yes, so we've tried to restart it on another feed because that... Oh, wait a minute. I guess it's missing now. 1-0 misses. Ball 2-0. So that idiot that keeps standing in the middle of the plate, which I believe it's supposed to be the catcher. Anyways, when I try to restart it on a different feed and share that screen instead is the 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. 2-1. Nothing appears. It's just an empty ball field. So I wasn't willing to try to restart the whole thing because there's a good chance we lose it because it's happened before. So we'll just, if that idiot shows up again, we'll just put it to the action, which is the high above camera. 2-1 count turns into 3-1. Cubs trail 2-0. Bart at the plate. The 3-1 pitch. Swing, fouls it back, 92 miles an hour. Full count. I think most of y'all know it by now, but I know we had a lot of people in the past that come in and they'll start complaining like we're the ones pulling the strings on the puppets. The payoff pitch inside hits him. Hits him right in the left arm, and he'll head on down to first. So Bart goes on down to first with nobody out. Man, I remember when Joey Bart was supposed to be the next big thing, and it has just not panned out. And it's dumbfounding, too, because he was the second overall pick from Georgia Tech. So I was very familiar with his college career, and he went out there, and the Giants were ready to just – I'm surprised that they didn't get tricked and lock him up. They promoted him quickly, and he's found a home in Pittsburgh, but offensively, he has not lived up to the hype. Pitch to Cook is fouled away. Let's start off the at-bat. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. Infield back into the left. Ethan Roberts, who came in last inning, sitting at 13 pitches. The 0-1. Drifts up top for a strike. It's 0-2. The 0-2. Swing, pops it up. Down the right field line, giving chase is Suzuki. He's sliding in there, and it'll bang into the wall. Foul territory. We'll do it again, 0-2. Yeah, no, they didn't. It started, because I went back and watched it. It started off showing the scrum, and then they ended up, whatever they hit to make the screen just spin, they hit it because I guess they didn't want to be liable for anything. Either that or someone slammed into the camera. The 0-2. Maybe Walt Weiss used it for leverage. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the cutter inside, and there's one away. That'll take us back to the top of the order where York is 0 for 3, but he's batting .320 on the year. O'Hearn is on deck, batting .349. The Cubs trying to keep it right here. Got to be careful as the top of the order. Pirates have been playing good baseball to start the season. First pitch swinging, chops it up the middle. It's going to be a 4-6-3 inning-ending double play. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th, and we're a half inning behind across the whole 9 yards. We'll go ahead and hit the 8 ball here.
$106 miles to Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses
And losses become wins. You guys going to happy hour? I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
I need a drink. When buying a beer, buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Afternoon, everybody. Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Everybody drink a beer. Salute.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to.
This stinks!
Pretty soon we're going to be calling this country.
This is total BS!
Oh, yeah. For me and the Lord, you gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
I'm on the radio every day!
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
And you, music lover, you're next.
You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you're probably seeing trouble.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
Welcome back as the Cubs trail. Bottom of the 8th. Lefty-righty matchup. Gregory Soto brings the first pitch up tight for a strike. It's 0-1. Ian Happ, the batter. Suzuki and PCA due up after that. The 0-1. Down and in. Did he go around? He did not. 1-1. One count. You can't make this up either. So I have a backup 3D that plays in the background on a totally different device. And it's at the pitch on the way, swing, chops it over to third, and it's a 5-3 put out. One away. And now it's got the idiot standing in the at home plate. So I guess it's taking its rounds around the country. We used to see this quite a bit when it first started, but we haven't seen it much. I think it's something technical that they've just not doing something right, whatever it is. First pitch from Soto is inside sinker for a strike. It's 0-1. Lefty-righty matchup, Suzuki. 1 for 3 on to the day. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Swing and fouls it away, excuse me. It's 0-2. For you golf fans, Rory McIlroy is still leading the Masters. He's heading to the back 9. Just day 2 there, the 0-2. This is high 1-2. I like having on in the background when we're doing these games. I just, no way I'm paying attention to it. I just look up and see the score every once in a while. I figure what's going to happen this year, because it's normally is the 1-2 outside wide, 2-2. Normally the Braves play like 1:30 or whatever, and then I get to see the back 9. This year, I got a funny feeling that back 9, the end of the Masters, is going to bleed into Braves Guardians Sunday night. So I'll have it on, but I don't know if I'll be able to see it. I am planning on watching the final round like I normally do. The 2-2 bangs it down the line, foul. We'll do it again. Oh, cool, Sleepy. I've told the story many times. I remember there was a guy that I worked for in the late 90s. I want to say 99. I feel like that was the year. I could be off by a year. Could have been 98 or 2000. Was the pitch on the ways down and in. Full count, but it's definitely in that neighborhood. And he was on either a 20 or 25 year waiting list to work the greens at the Masters. Is the payoff pitch. Down and in, ball 4. So Suzuki fights his way aboard. Great at bat there by Suzuki to bring the tying run to the plate. Pete Crow Armstrong due up, and I guess they're going to let him face the left-hander. He's batting .220 on the year. If you look at what the Cubs have available off the bench, Amaya, Conforto, hard pass, and Kingery. First pitch is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Conforto, you're definitely not bringing off the bench, not against a lefty. I mean, that's pretty much a wash. The 0-1. And Kingery, Scott Kingery, I can't believe he's resurfaced. Is the 0-1 high and inside, 1-1. He's not a hitter, but you definitely, what you have in him, he's a base runner. He's a good base runner that can play all of the infield. Remember when he came up in Philadelphia several years ago. And 1-1's banged foul down the line. It's 1-2. Maya's your backup catcher. You could, in theory, pinch hit with him. He is a right-hander, but this Cubs bench isn't exactly the deepest when you start getting to this parts of the game against a left-hander. The 1-2 pitch, swing, chops it up the middle, and PCA will bang into. No, it would have been a double play, but a bad throw. Terrible throw by Connor Griffin, and they won't have an error because PCA will stay at first. The ball did not go into the dugout. It was a 2-hopper. He just barreled into the ground after stepping on second. And first baseman O'Hearn does not make the grab. I will say this, 9 times out of 10, Olsen's making that grab. But it was a hard throw and kind of handcuffed him. First pitch down and in to Carson Kelly. It's 1-0. I'd say if the Cubs ended up staying into the playoff hunt, one of the things they're going to be looking at the trade deadline is to try to get some depth on the bench for situations like that. The 1-0, outside wide. It's 2-0 to Kelly. Shaw, who pinch hit for Ballesteros last time up, he is standing on deck. 2-0 count. Brings it. 3-0. Pirates 2, Cubs nothing. Bottom of the 8th inning. The pitch on the way. Smacks the outer edge. Did not hit the zone at all. They called it a strike, and Kelly did not challenge it, which is really odd. They're not challenging these pitches, the 3-1. That teardrop drops in there for a strike. It's a full count. Just doesn't make any sense. If you challenge that and you get the call, which you would have, you're going to put the tying run at first in the 8th inning. Full count. 2 outs. Runner will be on the go with good speed. Here's the pitch. Swing. Pops it up. Back out of play. Foul. Third base side over the dugout. Well into the seats. And we'll do it again. Full count once again, and here's the pitch. Down and in. Ball 4, and he'll head on down to first. So even though he didn't challenge when he should have, he does work his way aboard. And the Cubbies have runners at first and second with 2 outs. And Shaw will be coming to the plate. Both the pitching coach, Bill Murphy, and the manager, Don Kelly, are standing at the top of the steps. It looks like it's going to be Murphy to come out there to talk to Soto. And that immediately brings our friend back to the home plate. This has got something to do with pitching changes or mound visits. If we move it over here, he follows us out to the pitcher's mound. Y'all notice that? There's one standing at the mound and one standing. So who knows what that is? Those of y'all listening on radio don't know what I'm talking about. You can jump into Braves Country Radio on YouTube. YouTube.com/@BravesCountry. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way into the dirt, taken by Shaw. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Infield back into the left, so huge hole on the right side. The 1-0 pitch right there, taken all the way in the inner cut. One count. Brings it. Swing, pops it up, and that should end the inning. F9, your scorecard, lazy fly ball, and Soto gets out of the jam. We'll go to the 9th inning. It's 2-0 Pittsburgh. We'll be back in a flash.
For nothing, it's 9:30 in the morning. You're peeling potatoes? I know what time it is. What are you doing? You got your uncles coming in later. You want to eat later on today? This generation. I'm done. What are you going to do? Call DoorDash when you have company? DoorDash? Send me some potatoes?
Okay, answer this question 100% honest.
Okay.
Okay? If I died, would you get remarried?
No, probably not.
What, you don't like being married?
I mean, yeah, obviously I do.
So then you would?
Yeah, I guess. Yes, I'll get remarried.
Would you guys stay in this house?
Yeah, it's a new house. Why not?
Would she drive my car?
Yeah, it's a new car.
Would you sleep in our bed?
Yes.
Would she wear my jewelry?
No, she probably have her own jewelry.
Would you replace all the photos of me in the house with her?
Probably. It's probably the right thing to do.
Are you going to take her golfing?
Yeah, golfing's always fun.
Is she going to use my golf clubs?
No, she's left-handed.
Armchair.
I'm going to go, and I guess to hone it in, I was going to say chemicals, but cleaning supplies.
Okay, yeah, I like it.
You can go cheap on them. You can buy store brand. Doesn't clean to your satisfaction. Just add a little more to it.
What you and I have told the American public today is there's certain things that you don't want to go cheap on, but if it comes down to your health or your cleanliness, you're fine with it.
Armchair.
Every magnate in the country is indebted to this man, Harry Wright, for the establishment of baseball as a business, and every patron for furnishing him with a systematic recreation. Every player is indebted to him for inaugurating an occupation by which he gains a livelihood, and the country at large for adding one more industry to furnish employment: sporting life.
Riley Martin, the southpaw, comes on for the Chicago Cubs. First pitch, fires it in there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 brings it right down the plate. 0-2. 0-2 count. Swing, fouls it away. We'll do it again. Yes, I don't know what to do about that knucklehead standing at third. I mean, standing at home now, so we're just going to put it back over the action cam, high above the view. The 0-2 count. Drops a bender up top. Looked like it almost smacked the outer edge, but did not get the call. 1-2. Cubs trail 2-0, top of the ninth. The wind has died down quite a bit, by the way. The 1-2. Down and away, 2-2. Still cold out there, but doesn't appear the wind is nearly as hectic. The flags are almost at a standstill. Pitch on the way is slapped up high into left field. Underneath it, making the catch is Ian Happ. F7 in your scorecard. 1 away. Ryan Reynolds now the batter. First pitch to the right-handed stick from the southpaws, down and in. For a ball, it's 1-0. They're saying the current cut at the Masters is now +4 is the 1-0. Misses high. 2-0. 2-0 count. Plan is to do it tomorrow at 4 o'clock. We're going to do the MLB The Show with actual... I believe the headset works. There's really no way for me to know until we go live. Pitch on the way to Reynolds is rolled over to short. It's going to be a 6-3 put out. And away. It arrived shortly before the game today. I got it hooked up, and it seems like it's working, but I really won't know until we go live. So we'll see what happens. And I can't do a sound check like I normally can because the way they set it up, you just start broadcasting live, and I have to go back here to hit a couple of buttons to make sure everything's copacetic with the station. But other than that, there's no real sound check. First pitch right there for Marcell Ozuna is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. I'll have a device next to me so I can hear it when we first start. But just going to hope for the best. The 0-1. High and out of the zone, 1-1. The plan is to do it on Braves games a few hours before the first pitch when we're not doing doubleheaders. I do have to preserve my voice at some point. The 1-1. Swing, chops it foul. 1-2. And kind of treat it more like a talk show where, y'all can pepper me with comments and questions and just kind of react to it, almost like the way we did back in the day with callers, and take it into the fall. I mean, we'll end up getting a Madden or a college football and do the same thing. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. And good clean inning from the Cubs there. Ozuna down on strikes. Marcell Ozuna, what's he hitting now? 57. I don't know if he can get any lower. We'll be back in a flash.
What was your unsupervised childhood activity that definitely should have killed you?
I used to fart in the pool and try to go underwater and sniff it.
Cause he's the armchair quarterback, the all-American man.
My number 3 that I can't go cheap on, cereal.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple of kinds that you can do, but if you're talking about, like, don't ever try to do the generic Frosted Flakes.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like soggy before you even pour the milk on it.
It's before you even open the bag. It's soggy. You're like, how'd that happen? It came with its own liquid.
Armchair.
I love you, Rihanna.
I don't know you love me. You don't love nobody. You love your own self. Come on, love you. And sorry. You don't tell nobody you sorry.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
Baseball has fallen. Yes, the national game has become degraded. At certain match games, large amounts of money changed hands among the spectatorate. A noted New York club is said to have sold the results of a match. Barked chins and broken fingers may be easily mended, but a disfigured reputation may never be entirely repaired. Once more, abandon the bat, boys, if you cannot keep the game pure.
How the hell is everybody? Dennis Santana's going to come in to try to close this sucker out. Dansby Swanson leads off the Cubbies, trailing 2-0 to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Bottom of the ninth inning. First pitch on the way. Fastball right there. Four-seamer bringing it. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Turns and fires. Fouls it away. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Kicks and grips. And the pitch misses down and away. 1-2. It also looks like that their feet is slowed down too, so I'm going to have to slow myself down because I realize I'm about almost a pitch in front of you, so I got to pause my device. Is the 1-2 to Dansby, infield back and to the left. The pitch on the way from Santana. Swing, chops it foul. We'll do it again. So they don't know what the hell they're doing. I have no idea. One-two count. Swing and a miss, strike three. Got him with the fastball upstairs. And there's one away. Santana the closer by default now that Bednar is in New York. The pitch to Horner's a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. He's not your typical 2026 closer where he's got big-time velocity and just blows you away. I mean, you're seeing here where his fastballs, his cutters and everything, they're in the low to mid-90s. But he tries to get you out with a lot of movement. And so far, so good this year as a closer. 6 innings and no earned runs. As the 0-1 bounces away to the backstop. 1-1. One count. Swing, pops it up. And that's going to be a can of corn over by third base, and York is on it, and that's F5 in your scorecard. And the Cubbies are down to their very last out. And it's all Up to Michael Bush. If he can get on, Bregman stands on deck representing the tying run. And the wind has died down here, so you never know. Righty-lefty matchup. Pitch on the way is a four-seamer up top. That topped up at 94. It's 0-1. It's about where you'll see him. He might hit 95, but that's about the top of his game. The 0-1. Inside, down and in, 1-1. But he tries to keep you off balance. And he's got a 4-pitch set that he's actually, over the last few years, he's gotten pretty good at getting the control and just keeping the hitters guessing. The 1-1. Pitch goes inside, check swing. They check down the third base line. Jim Wolf, you know he's going to ring him up. First time we've called on him today, but Jim Wolf, he's never saw a strike he didn't like. And with it in the 40s, he's probably already made his dinner reservations. The 1-2, Cubs down to their last strike. The pitch from Santana, just below the knees. 2-2. Infield is back, and they're hugging the lines. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. And Bush goes to walk away, just realized the ball got away. He'll get tagged, and that'll end the inning. That'll end the game. Pirates win. Pirates win. The Pittsburgh Pirates win. Great outing by Shota Imanaga and the Cubs. 6 innings, 9 strikeouts, 1 walk, no hits allowed. But Thielbar spit the bit, so the game ball has got to go to Brian Reynolds, 1 for 4 with that 2-run shot in the 7th inning, and that was the difference in the game. We'll see you in a couple hours on Braves Country Radio. Braves in Cleveland, game number 1. That ought to be a fun one. It ought to be a lot warmer when we see you next. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. "That ain't my style," said Casey. "Strike one," the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. "Kill him! Kill the umpire!" shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball. And now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.
Goodbye, sweetheart, well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart, goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.